Neil, how's Ollie Burke, first of all?
Well, we're hoping he'll train tomorrow, or take some part in training tomorrow. So he's got a slight irritation in the knee, on the patella. So we'll see how he is tomorrow.
How's everybody else? Scott didn't train, but seems he says he's fine.
Yeah, Brownie's great. Brownie trained really well yesterday and came through the session with flying colours, so we've got no issue with Scott at all.
And Kieran, James, Michael.
They all trained yesterday as well. So at the minute they're strong, but we'll have to assess them over the next couple of days as well.
You've been very fortunate to lift that trophy a number of times as a manager and a player. Do you still get that burning desire, that nerves?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. It's the first trophy I won as a manager, against Motherwell, and then the morning of the second one when we beat Hibs, my stomach was churning. We won a double and it was a great day, and this will be no different, I'm sure. And it's important. It's not about me. It's about the players on the cusp of something very special. However, we have to play the game. We have to beat a very motivated, hungry Hearts team. Some of their players will be playing in the first cup final, might never get the opportunity to do that again, and they will be hungry for it as well. So we have to play the game and not the occasion.
Is that the most special thing about this club? Is that no matter how many trophies they win, the hunger, the desire is still always there?
Yeah, I think it's it's been pretty apparent, in the last sort of 20 years at the club, how hungry and how successful the players have been. And it's great being a Celtic player, but you want to be a winning Celtic player, and these boys have done it spectacularly well, under the the tutelage of Brendan and certainly in my time here as well.
Does that make the job, I'm not saying it's easy, but does it make it easier in the sense that these guys are self-motivating? You as a manager don't always have to go in there and try and raise spirits?
That's a good point. However, it's all on the day, and you could wake up not feeling right, or it could take you 20 minutes to get going, get a second wind, that type of stuff. But the experience that they've had hopefully will stand them in good stead. They've been over the course and distance before in recent years, and that experience hopefully will bear them well.
Is there also a mentality aspect that if they're coming into games on the back of decent results, but whenever it comes to these big occasions, they just seem to turn up every time?
Yeah, you can't take that for granted. So, and I'm not taking that for granted. So there's been a good edge to the training this week. We reminded them of responsibilities going into this week and not being in holiday mode. And I know that maybe some of them, it may be the last appearance, and they can't get caught up in the emotion of that either. They have a job to do, they've a game to play and a trophy to win. So the whole focus has to be on that and not about all the noise surrounding anything else.
I suppose that can also act as a motivator for those who it may be the last game, the perfect way to sign off if you are going to leave the club with a treble.
Well, absolutely. If that's going to be the case, but it's not just about one or two individuals, about the group as a whole, and they've earned the right to be in the final again. So it's important that they prepare as if it's the most important game of their lives, as if it's their debut, never mind their last game. So that's the whole focus on this week. It's been nice and calm, training's been good, so we're almost ready.
Does that noise that you want the boys to know, does that include all the talk, speculation for your own future?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with my future. This game's about them and what they can achieve, and first of all winning a trophy, which is important, and what comes after that then. But everyone's talking about Celtic, there's another team involved in this, and I'm very mindful of that anything can happen on the day, and we have to get a preparation spot on.
You've enjoyed, the club's enjoyed a lot of trophy success. Craig Levine, for everything he's achieved in the game, has never got his hands in a trophy ever. I mean, does that surprise you?
It does, yeah. He's an outstanding manager. He's been that good. He's managed his country, and he's got longevity, and he's turned Hearts around again. He's a workaholic. I know what the club means to him from my own personal experiences alongside him. So yeah, I mean, he'll be as motivated as anyone come Saturday.
Is that when you're talking about your guys being motivated? That I suppose is the motivation for the guys across the city.
Absolutely.
That they can guys across from you this weekend to deliver that for Craig.
Listen, not for Craig, for themselves, and if they win, then all that comes with it. They've had a pretty good season. People look at their recent form, that goes out the window as far as I'm concerned. And they made a great start to the season, but for horrendous injuries to important players, they could have had a stronger season as well. So they're a formidable team, big strong team, very good at set plays, and we'll have to be at our best to beat them.
You say it's about the players, but for you personally, how does it feel to be the man that's in charge when the team is going for a treble?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean it's a privilege, and I've been here for the last few months, and it's been a real privilege to do that and work with these players. So Saturday will be no different.
Do you feel on the cusp of something historic? Has it got that sense to it for you and the players?
No. But I'll tell you after if we win it. I mean, you can't gauge that. The anticipation of the game is always there, and the excitement of playing in a final is always there. All the stuff, if we win it, comes after that. But you got to win the game. You got to play the game first. So we can't think about afterwards. You got to stay in the present and think about the 90 minutes or 120 minutes, whatever it takes to win the game, and the players have to concentrate their minds on that.
And does that kind of focus, does that help you, the players, everyone, that actually it's all about this, come what may, whatever happens after it happens?
Of course, yeah, it's a cup final, and it's a one-off game, but these players have handled the one-off games brilliantly. I mean, I don't know how many they are now, unbeaten, 27, 28, and it's, cup ties, you could have a bad day, you can make a mistake, and these guys have been really focused and concentrated on this run. It's a magnificent run, and we want it to continue.
Just spoke to Craig there and he was telling us about how his approach to the game this weekend. He's taken them away up to St Andrews, he's trying to make it seem like a big special occasion, raise motivation levels that way. What's your approach been this weekend? You try to keep it normal
as possible, calm. It's just another game. We know what's at stake. We've done all the preparations on the training ground. We'll analyse the opposition just like we do for every big game that comes our way.
Is that just a reflection of the fact that you as a club have these occasions sort of quite regularly, that you don't need to sort of hype it up or rank it up in any kind of way?
I think it's dangerous to do that anyway. Hype it up and make it out to be something that it's not. There's going to be hypes around. Well, there's loads of hypes around in the game anyway, but we can't get embroiled in that or take any notice of that. We have to be professional.
Neil, are cup finals games that you can throw young players in? If you'd have made a good impact on Sunday, would you be prepared to do that?
Are you asking me about my team now, Charles?
Well, not necessarily individuals, but
wait till 2 o'clock on Saturday and you'll see. With a team in mind and with a squad in mind, so I'm not going to divulge any extra information on that.
You talk about it.
Celtic in February on your own, and led to a very successful team from a hugely influential manager. And you've said that the past few months has been one of your biggest challenges as a manager. Besides from lifting the Premiership and hopefully a treble on Saturday, how has it enriched you as a coach the past few months?
Yeah, just a different type of management that you've had to do, and again the challenge of going in on your own without your own sort of backroom team and picking up a style of play that you've not been used to, or it's not alien to you, but you have to adjust. So a lot of adjustments in that aspect. Not wanting to change anything, which is important as well, because that's dangerous, with the run that we were on, and just getting to know the players again, some that already knew and some of the new ones. So yeah, it was hugely challenging, and obviously everyone's analysing how you're going to feel after what Brendan's achieved, so there's obviously a lot of scrutiny to deal with that as well.
You say you don't want to hype it up, so when you're speaking to players and the players are speaking to the dressing room, do you mention what could be achieved on Saturday, or is it very much just about this game? It's
about the game. I mean, the players are aware of what's at the end of it. I don't need to tell them that. I think it's important we play the game and not the occasion, because I've done that in my career, younger ways, and in playoffs and in the lower leagues with Crewe and at Wembley, and the game passed me by completely because you just got embroiled in all the build-up and the hype. So that was a lesson learned, and you just pass on that experience to the players. But they know, they've done this before, and they know what it takes to win the game. So it doesn't need any extra motivation or any semblance of what's at the end of it. I mean, everyone's talking about it anyway.
Craig was at pains to say that he admires what Celtic have done in the past few years, because you can have all the money and you can have the best squads, but that still doesn't necessarily translate into doing it and winning all those trophies consecutively. That kind of money in the bank has to help for the weekend, surely.
What, the money bank?
The sort of metaphorical money in the bank, the fact that they've been there, done it, that they've got.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've touched on that earlier. I mean, the experiences that they've had before, hopefully will stand them in good stead coming out on Saturday. But it's a different game, it's a different circumstance, it's a different opposition. The weather might be totally different, all these things sort of add up. The mindset has to be right. and I'm pretty sure it will be.
Neil, if you do win on Saturday, where would that achievement rank for you as a manager and as a player?
I don't know. Well, you can ask me that after the game if we win it.
Okay, and you've obviously got to the cup final, you won the league. Would you change anything about your time back at Celtic so far?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to change, but the point was not to change it. You know, it was important to keep things going as they were, and you know, we've negotiated 2 very tough ties, and Hibs away and Aberdeen in the semi-final to get here. You know, 2 very good teams, and Hearts are another obstacle, a difficult obstacle that we have to overcome. So there's no point me sitting here telling you how I'm going to feel when we win the cup. That'll all come hopefully, you know, at 5:30, 6 o'clock on Saturday. In the meantime, I'm just wary of everyone talking about trebles and bus parades and blah blah blah. We got to play the game, and not the occasion, and that's really important. That's the message we'll be hammering home to the players for the next 2 days.